So there's some videos I do, I just know they're not gonna get a lot of attention, but they oftentimes end up being pretty much the most important types of videos to really truly change your life. But if you're someone who really struggles with life balance for your fitness goals, work, and everything else, this could be a real big help for you. I think most people seem to think that balance means that you give equal effort to all things important to your life, and it just doesn't work that way. So what I've got lined up here for you, I've got 5 different glasses, and I put water not quite halfway up, and this would be like if everything was perfectly even. Put a little grape Mio in there, so hopefully it shows up a little bit better. I don't know how well this is going to show up on the video, but you can see each cup stands for different areas of your life. Now these are just 5 areas. Your areas of importance might be a little different. Don't worry about it. It's just going to show you how to balance things. So you've got friends, work, fitness, home, hobby. If you were giving equal effort to everything and it was perfectly balanced, this is how it would look. But it's not gonna look like this very often, pretty much almost never. So if you're gonna give more attention to one area of your life, say for instance, work gets busy. This is one of the biggest struggles I see. Everyone throws themselves into work and then everything else gets the boot. If work gets more busy, that means you need to take from other areas to give more effort into this. So if you're gonna take some from your fitness, you put a little in there, you take some away from your fitness goals. Maybe you take a little bit away from your friends and you're gonna put some more in there. Maybe you're gonna take a little bit from your hobbies and you're gonna put some in there. So you're giving more effort, but all these things, home life, they're still getting effort. They're getting less effort, but they're still getting some. So if you're taking even more away from fitness, your fitness goals are gonna suffer. But hey, maybe instead of working out 4 or 5 days per week, you're working out 2 days per week. You're not going to 0. But now let's say you're like, you know what? I really need to lose this weight. I'm gonna get serious about my fitness goals. It's gotta come from somewhere, right? Well, you gotta take maybe some from work. Work is pretty full right now. Let's put a bunch in there. I'm gonna make a mess with this. All right, okay. Friends, sorry, you're not gonna get as much. Let's say hobbies, you know, not gonna do that very much. Work is still, that's too much. Let's give a little effort. All right, so you're still giving a pretty good amount to your work. You're still giving a lot to your fitness, but now home, friends, and hobby are all suffering more. You're not paying no attention to your friends. You're not saying, sorry family, can't spend time with you anymore. Your hobbies are really starting to suffer, but there's still a little bit in there. I don't know how we can see that with this, my super high quality signs that I made here. But you can see if you want to give more attention to one area in your life, it has to come from other areas. All these glasses cannot be full at the same time. It's not possible. What you don't want to have happen is fitness is busy, so, okay, sorry home life, you suck. All right. Friends, you know, you suck, let's go to work. Everything is just fitness and work, and these suck. Well, let's just say, you know what? Work is really busy. You've got a lot going on at home. Fitness just can't be a high priority right now. Can it go to 0? Yes. Let me show you. I'll bring it to 0. Work is busy. Home life is busy. Now you're at 0. This cannot happen outside of very short periods of time. You know, maybe work is really busy, you got a big project coming up, and you're not gonna be able to work out for that week. Okay, fine, but then you gotta rip that band-aid off and get back to it, because the longer you're out of the game, the harder it is to get back in again. Objects at rest stay at rest. So that's why you're better off going, you know what? Maybe I can't give quite as much as I want to for my work, but I'm still giving some effort. It's keeping you in the ball game. As long as you're doing something, it keeps the momentum going. So sometimes in those scenarios when you're really busy, it's better to plan for less than normal. If you're the type of person who likes to work out 5 days per week and that's what you feel like you have to do, if you're aiming for 5 and you're hitting 2, you feel like you're failing and you get down about it. But if you say for a little while, I can only do 2 days per week, and you do those 2 days, you are now feeling accomplished. It's the same amount of workouts per week, but in one scenario you feel like you're failing, the other you feel accomplished. So sometimes you need to change your plan. Now here's what really can't happen. I'm gonna even this out a little bit. Let's start fresh. Let's get it closer to even. Close enough. So you're pretty balanced right now. Again, this is not gonna happen very often. But let's just say work gets really busy and you're gonna throw yourself into it. Here's what can't happen. Work's busy! Work! Everything's work! Yeah, that's not gonna work, okay? You're gonna spill over, cup filleth over, you'll be a complete mess, it'll be a disaster, and you'll be worthless to anybody. This cannot happen. So when you're balancing things, make sure you're not going to 0, but make sure you're not going over 100% either. Man, I better get this cleaned up. My wife is gone and she sees this purple mess everywhere. I'm gonna be in trouble. But anyways, one of the biggest things I see that keeps most people from reaching their goals is they feel like they have to be perfect. And if you can't be spot on, then you do nothing. Or something in life comes up and you get challenged and you go, you know what, I can't give 100% now. I'm gonna stop and I'll come back later when I can give 100%. You're never gonna be able to give 100% for long periods of time. It is not possible. And if you're gonna wait for everything to just line up perfectly all the time, you're never gonna get there. What you end up doing is you just keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping, yo-yo dieting, creating a disaster. So you have to learn to work through some of those challenges, still give some level of effort, and keep yourself in the game. It does not require perfection, but it does require consistent effort. So I hope this helped, and check out a video here. Leave a comment if you found this helpful, and if you have any ideas for something that you're struggling with, maybe I can do a video for that.